Okay. Hey, Spot. Let me see here. Is yeah. All right. So here we are with Greg Flames, Pirate of the Seven Galaxies, episode 5. So here we are playing with another RPG English class with an AI dungeon master. So, Greg Flames, what happened last time?
Um, yeah, last time I ordered the crew to shoot at the lightning monster that came out of the debris from the elf cargo ship. Um, then this light monster kind of merged a zombie ship into an asteroid, created this weird asteroid with a mouth, zombie asteroid with a mouth and
The
a lot
Mad
of
Ball.
the Mad Ball, yeah, that's the reference.
I remember
Uh,
last time I said 'cause there was a band called Madball, and I thought, oh, I wonder if it has anything to do with the Madball toy, and it does. Yeah, it
yeah,
has.
okay.
Yeah, the band Madball is because of the Madballs.
Oh.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm now facing this Mad Ball, and I think we did a crazy maneuver to loop over the because the asteroid start chasing us, and then we looped over it. Yes, and I don't remember if we ended up shooting or this is exactly where we are now, right now.
Yeah. So, uh, so feigning retreat now, the helmsman barks, slamming the thruster levers backward. Yeah, we read this, right? But you're Captain Greg Flames, just as the shadow Jaws falls over. Did we? I don't remember.
Ah,
You
yeah. Then I have to decide because I think shooting will.
or
It,
did we just? Oh yeah, you answered. It wasn't. Yes, but hello. Yeah. I don't remember. Well, let's read it again. Why not? Just to be sure. Or are you sure we read it? Because I'm.
I think we read it
Yeah.
because I remember that.
Because it's talk. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because we made the image. Oh, of course. After reading,
Yes.
for sure, for sure. That's right. That's right. Well, so we are behind it. So you're able to get behind it. The weapons officer laughs wildly, his fingers dancing over the firing trigger. Oh yeah, because he wants to know if you will give the orders to let him shoot it. Right. We have a clear
Correct.
line of sight to its structural core, but our fuel is completely spent from that drift. This is our last shot. Why did Yeah, and we commented that you really well you're really undersupplied, right, for a hunt, you
Oh
know
yeah.
really
Yeah.
undersupplied. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to talk to the crew after this.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
So
Yeah.
what do you do next, Captain Flames? Do you fire every single remaining missile into its core, or do you try something even more chaotic? So what do you do? So you know what to do. Oh yeah, I was going to. Oh yeah. So I was thinking about reading it again. So one thing that I'm going to do for a new little rule and for
Okay.
the writing to have some time, like some timing, right? Uh,
All right.
I to not do too little because some people do too little, like a little sentence and blah, or not to do too much. I while you're writing, I'm going to read the text, the last text again. So you have
Okay.
until I read, and you can kind of see, because I'll keep the bar
Paste.
over where I am reading, so you can have an idea of the timing, right? And so when you write, and I'm doing this too for other students when there's like more than one. Some people want to write really fast, and then they just write some half-assed thing just to scratch their balls while other people are writing, right? you know so yeah, let's do that. So because then you read, and not to be also and also not to be in the videos at this big moment of silence,
All right.
for
Makes sense.
recording, right? So while you're writing, I'll read, right, and read the text again, right? So
All right.
I'll
Let's
read the text again, and you have until I finish it to write what you will do and what you will say next. Good.
go.
Cool. Well, so let's go. Oh yeah, so I don't get in the way, right? So I will keep the my mic off, so you won't hear me read,
All right.
right? So
All
you
right.
can concentrate on the writing, right? So because kind of sucks. I wouldn't be able to concentrate. I need to write, and someone's like speaking in my ear, right? That
All
kind
right.
of sucks.
All right. Yeah. Makes
Cool,
sense.
cool. So what happened last? The story outcome. Feigning retreat now. The helmsman barks, slamming the thruster levers backward. The crimson hook yawns hard to the port side. Her rear chemical thrusters sputtering fake smoke as if your engines are giving out completely. The massive zombie asteroid creature lets out a silent, shifting rumble of triumph through the debris field, believing you are broken and fleeing. The monstrosity lunges forward, opening its gaping cavern of a mouth to swallow your ship whole. But you are Captain Greg Flames. Just as the shadow of the rock flesh jaws falls over your cockpit, the helmsman kicks the directional stabilizers. Your pirate ship executes a perfect, tight, aerodynamic flip right over the monster's stony brow. The gravitational force slams everyone into their seats, but the maneuver is a spectacular success. The crimson hook sails smoothly over the creature's head, coasting directly into the completely unprotected blind spot. Right behind its neck, where the decaying metal holes of the ivory maw are stitched into the stone. We are behind it, Captain. The weapons officer laughs wildly, his fingers dancing over the firing triggers. We have a clear line of sight to its structural core, but our fuel is completely spent from that drift. This is our last shot. So, what will Captain Flames do next? Will he fire every single remaining missile into its core? Will he order this to happen? Or will he try something even more chaotic? Well, we shall see. Very good.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I have something I sent to you.
Very good. Let me get it here. And it's good to give some timing, right? To make you think a little faster too. It's
Yeah.
always a good, extra activity, good extra activity to do. Very good, very good. Well, you may read what you have written.
Yeah, let's see. Fire at will. I scream to the weapons officer from the top of my lungs. I want this thing blasted into a million pieces. I want to use those pieces as cereal with
Cereal.
milk in my
Cereal.
cereal with milk in my morning meals. Meals in my morning
Meal or meals?
in my morning meals. I don't know.
Plural.
Put the F. Let's see.
Okay.
I shout again, my face turning red and my pipes are almost falling down from my mouth. For my mouth.
Okay. Anything you'd like to change? Well, let's go.
Uh, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's see.
Let's go. Grammar analysis. Captain, your battle cries are legendary. The image of eating zombie asteroid cereal for breakfast is pure sci fi comedy gold. Let's clean up a couple of small structural details to ensure your declaration has maximum impact. Oh, nope, none of this, none of that. So, grammar rules. The
Okay.
final strike. Let's see if your weapons officer catches your manic energy and obliterates the beast. To determine the absolute final outcome of your attack on the mutated core, choose the correct sentences that fix your mistake. So, one, which sentence correctly describes how Greg screamed? I scream to the weapons officer from the top of my lungs. I scream at the weapons officer at the top of my lungs. I scream to the weapons officer on the top of my lungs. I scream at the weapons officer from the top of my lungs.
We'll say D.
D.
Yeah.
D. 1D. So that
Yeah.
I scream at the weapons officer from the top of my lungs. Okay. 2. Which sentence maintains a perfect smooth parallel description? I shout again, comma, my face turning red and my pipes are almost falling out of my mouth. I shout again, my face turns red and my pipes almost falling out of my mouth. I shout again, my face turning red and my pipes almost falling out of my mouth. I shout again, my face turning red and my pipes almost falling down from my mouth.
What did I wrote like this? Uh, huh.
So what? Sorry.
I
Oh,
it's
I
kind
thought
of
you. I thought you said that.
no. I
You're still
didn't.
thinking. Oh, okay, no problem.
Just comparing the changes of it's
Yeah,
kind of
some are
hard.
subtle. You can see there's changes because of the size, their sizes.
Yes. Let's say D again.
D.
Yeah, I'm
So
not quite sure.
D was I shot again, my face turning red and my pipes almost falling down from my mouth. Okay, now 3. Watch out. Your flamboyant pipes are going to fall. So kind of the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, true.
The first mate warned. Okay, this is an
Yeah,
extra
yes.
thing. So it's gonna so fall down from your mouth, out of your mouth, off to your mouth, away from your mouth.
Yeah, I have to double down from, right?
So
So
you'll
yeah.
double down on it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. There's some things up here that we'll talk about.
I wrote following down, but it's probably wrong. But let's see. Let's see. I want to see
Here,
the
one thing
explanation.
that has been that I talked about, right? Preposition after verb scream. You wrote, I screamed to the weapons officer from the top of my lungs. While you can scream to someone across a distance, when you are projecting immense vocal power at someone nearby, the correct idiomatic phrase is scream at the top of my lungs. But do not need but you do not need the word from or to in that configuration.
Hmm.
Parallel structure, tense shift. You wrote, my face turning red and my pipes are almost falling down from my mouth. This sentence loses its parallel structure. You started a participle phrase, my face turning red. So the second part should match it to keep the flow smooth. My face turning red and my pipes almost falling from my mouth. Here, prepositional fall. You wrote falling down from my mouth. Objects fall out of a mouth, not down from it. Like, because
Uh-huh.
it's if something is in your mouth, if it's falling from, so it's falling like it fell from the table, fell
Uh-huh.
down from the table. It could be, but something. It's usually something just falls off something. But if it's in your mouth, it falls out.
Okay.
Yeah, it falls out. So let's see here. The verdict. Incorrect, incorrect, incorrect. Oh, Greg Flynn, let's see what's going to happen. So, incorrect. Scream at the top of my lungs is the required idiom. From is not used here. So, another thing here that I was looking at, right? So at the top of my lungs, right? So you scream at the weapons officer at the top of your lungs, both.
Okay.
You know, at the weapons officer, at the top. So the idiomatic expression, you scream at the top of your lungs, right? Here incorrect. This option retained the error falling down from instead of correcting it to falling out of. Out of is the correct preposition for an object exiting a mouth. Outcome critical for that was a fumble. An absolute miss on the grammar check. Your manic energy overrides the systems, and everything that could go wrong with your final shot goes spectacularly sideways. Oh shit. So, grammar, correction, and feedback. Idioms of volume. You originally wrote scream from the top of my lungs. In English, the fixed idiom is always at the top of my lungs. We don't use from or on with this phrase, right? So you see, it's a fixed idiom. That's it's just those are the words that go together, right? You scream at
Yeah, yeah. I think I have heard this expression straight from a Toto song. Is it not?
probably for sure. It's a common expression, right? It's pretty common to tell you the truth. For sure you've heard this before. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was with from, but yeah.
But always right, the prepositions, right? What preposition goes with what, right? That's always a thing. That's always a thing. You know. That's why it's always good to pay attention to prepositions, right? So you can, by the hear of it, you can, will help you memorize some things, right? Here, so parallel structure. When listening, when listing simultaneous actions using the present participle, ing, right? You must keep both elements parallel to maintain fluent narrative writing, right? So that's just the thing that, when you start with one in the phrase, right? You're starting with one time tense. You continue with that time tense, right, to make the flow. Only if it's like in certain contexts, where you can make it, work different time tenses, right? But usually we need to keep the flow, maintain the flow, right? So incorrect. My face turning red and my pipes are almost falling. This mixes a participle phrase with a full verb clause. My face turning red and my pipes are almost falling. Right? Prepositions of exit. You wrote falling down from my mouth. Yeah, so we talked about that. When an object leaves the inside of an enclosed or body part, enclosure, sorry, or body part, like a mouth, a box, or a car, the correct prepositional phrase is always out of, right? Very good. So, story outcome. Let's go. So
Yep.
you may.
Fire at will. The weapons officer screams back, completely caught up in your mad zeal. He slams his hand down onto the grand ignition matrix. But because your pipes are physically slipping and you are screaming so violently, you're flailing.
Yeah, because you're
Flailing
moving your arms around. You're
okay,
like
flailing.
moving like a flail. Those balls on a chain. Those medieval
Okay.
weapons. That's a flail that swings around. So you're kind of
Flailing.
yeah. Your flailing elbow, right?
Your flailing elbow accidentally strikes the main helm stabilization
Lever.
right next to you. The crimson hook jerks violently to the left just as the primary blaster battery discharges. The superheated crimson beams completely miss the zombie asteroid's structure core.
What
Instead,
score?
structural core.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, the blast strikes a hyperdense pocket of unexploded sterile essence floating nearby in the debris field. The resulting detonation is catastrophic. A blinding wave of
Kaleidoscopic.
Energy.
Like a kaleidoscope. Those that make those psychedelic images, right?
Yes. Energy erupts, creating a localized gravity vacuum that completely stalls your already spent engines. The Crimson Hook is caught in the backdraft, and the ship is violently sucked backward, straight into the gaping, stony gullet of the zombie asteroid monster. What is it? Stony gullet.
Of the so the stony means made out of stone, right?
Yeah. Yes.
His gullet, like in his mouth.
Mouth.
Yeah, because he's gapping, right?
Okay. Stony gullet.
Yeah.
The zombie asteroid.
So the muscular tube that connects the mouth to the stomach, right? Inside his mouth. So the gullet.
Gullet, okay.
Right? Inside his mouth, yeah. So it went down. It has a gullet, but it's just a ball. Why does it need a gullet? Because the gullet is the tube that connects the mouth to the stomach.
Maybe there is a stomach.
A very, very small. Yeah, it's a singularity, right? Everything's sucked into this singularity, right?
Yeah.
Well, We're trying, well, trying too hard here. Okay, the asteroid monster. Okay.
With a silent, terrifying crunch of metal, the creature's massive jaws snap shut around the rear hull of your ship. The emergency bulkheads slam down automatically on the breach as the power grid goes
Goes
dead,
dead. Uh huh.
goes dead, plunging you all into total darkness except from the flashing red emergency light.
For the flashing red emergency lights. Yeah.
Except for the flashing red emergency light. The muffled sounds of thousands of scraping, scratching zombie hands can be heard echoing through the metal walls of your hull. You aren't eating them from breakfast. You are currently inside their stomach, and your ship has no power. What do you do next, Captain Flames? How do you save your crew from the belly of the beasts in the dark?
Okay. Yeah. So, well, what do? You may you may start writing. Let me just say maybe here. Okay, so the story outcome. Firing at will, the weapons officer screams back, completely caught up in your mad zeal. He slams his hand down into the grand ignition matrix. Onto. But because your pipes are physically slipping and you are screaming so violently, your flailing elbow accidentally strikes the main helm stabilization lever right next to you. The crimson hook jerks violently to the left just as the primary plasma battery discharges. The superheated crimson beams completely miss the zombie asteroid's structural core. Instead, the blast strikes a hyper-dense pocket of unexploded stellar essence floating nearby in the debris field. The resulting detonation is catastrophic. A blinding wave of kaleidoscope energy erupts, creating a localized gravity vacuum that completely stalls your already spent engines. The Crimson Hook is caught in the backdraft, and the ship is violently sucked backward straight into the gaping stony gullet of the zombie asteroid monster. With a silent, terrifying crunch of metal, the creature's massive jaws snap shut around the rear hull of your ship. The emergency bulkhead slammed down automatically on the bridge as the power grid goes dead, plunging you all into total darkness except for the flashing red emergency lights. The muffled sounds of thousands of scraping, scratching zombie hands can be heard echoing through the metal walls of your hull. You aren't eating them for breakfast. You are currently inside their stomach, and your ship has no power. What will Captain Flames do next? And how will he save his crew from the belly of the beast in the dark? Uh, where's the image? Where's the image? Oh, okay. Asked for an image, it didn't make it. Let's see. Now it will maybe do it. Okay, so oh yeah, remember period, you put a period here, right? Remember the period
Sorry,
goes
yeah, inside the quote.
inside, yeah, inside the quote. Inside the quote. Very good. So you may read here.
Okay. After years of piracy throughout the seven galaxies, facing anomalies and unspeakable horrors, I've gathered wits and wisdom enough to overcome this. Without losing a second more, I dashed through the bridge, opened a small hidden door. I think it's better than
Open
a
a
small
small hidden door.
hidden door. Yes, I think sounds better.
Okay.
Open a small hidden door under one of the panels, and I click on a button labeled as emergency light speed.
Labeled as emergency light speed. Okay, very good. Where's the image? Didn't make an image. Let me wait. Since it,
Yeah, maybe it needs
let
a
me do
couple more
something
seconds.
else here. Okay. Let me just put this.
Yeah, let's see.
That's okay. What?
Yeah.
Go. You can do it. Just text. It's just more text. Okay. Very good. Down here. Let's go. Number one. Let's see if you're. Wait, does it say anything before? Captain. Captain, even in total darkness, your dramatic reflexes are impeccable. Let's examine a few elements of your writing to maximize your precision. So, grammar roll, the secret override. Let's see if your hidden emergency protocol activates in time to rip the crimson hook out of the monster's gullet. To determine the outcome of your desperate action, choose the correct sentences that fix the mistakes. So, which sentence uses the most natural idiomatic expression for immediate action? So, A, without losing a second more, I ran to the panel. Without wasting another second, I ran to the panel. Without missing a second more, I ran to the panel. Without losing some second, I ran to the panel.
Uh, let's go B.
B. Okay. 2. Which sentence correctly states what was printed on the console? A. I found a button labeled as emergency light speed. I found a button labeled like emergency light speed. I found a button labeled emergency light speed. I found a button labeled with emergency light speed.
Hold on.
What did you
Uh,
put? What, let me
I
just
wrote as labeled as.
labeled as. Okay.
So, uh, maybe let's say D.
D.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3. Choose the option that flows with the cleanest narrative structure. I dash through the bridge, open a small hidden door, and click a button. I dash through the bridge, opening a small hidden door, and I click a button. I dash through the bridge, open a small hidden door, and I am clicking a button. I dash through the bridge and open a small hidden door, and I click a button.
Uh, I guess A.
I
And
dash through
maybe
the bridge, open a small window door. Okay.
click about the maybe I don't know. Let's change to with C. I labeled just without the with. Let's see.
Okay. Two to C.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So B, C, and A. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. All
Cool.
right. Correct this time. Correct. Without wasting another second, without wasting another second, is the natural native idiomatic. Is it wasting another second? Yeah, that way. Yeah, without wasting another second. That's right. That's right. C, correct. We omit as when specifically when specifying the exact printed text of a label. Something is labeled the label,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Label. You don't. Label.
Can
That's
I
all you.
not? Can I not say like labeled with? Is it weird or it's just not
Labeled
used?
with
Yeah.
with golden paint.
Ah, okay. Maybe that's why. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Labeled with, yeah. But just labeled the label, right?
Oh,
Right?
all right.
Emergency button, whatever. So, outcome critical success, a perfect recovery, Captain. Your absolute mastery over your ship's hidden systems overrides the total power failure. Executing the emergency protocol precisely when it matters most. Very good. So before it talked about some fixed idioms, right? Let's read this. We'll just talk about the same things anyways. Right?
Yeah.
So idioms of urgency. You originally wrote without losing a second more, right? So while understandable, native English speakers almost universally prefer without losing a second or without wasting another second. Right? This
Yeah.
is the best one right here. Adding more to the end of losing a second disrupts the rhythmic pace of the idiom. So
Can I
labeling what? Sorry?
about that? Can I say without losing a moment more, or is the
Without losing
same?
a moment more. I don't see
Yeah.
why not. I don't know if it's probably common. I don't know if it's
Okay.
because I don't see why not. Why? No one's putting a gun to your head, and I don't. I'm not sure if it's a common thing, but
Okay.
remember English is spoken, all over the world, right? You know,
Yeah.
Oh, we don't speak like that. Yeah, and you're in people speak in different ways in different places, and we can invent things, right? If it sounds good, a moment more. I'm pretty sure it does because it's okay. In English, we
Uh-huh.
we love we love our alliterations, right? A moment more. Look at that, all that m sound. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, a moment more. Without a moment more, without wasting a moment more. I don't know, but wow, okay, why not? You
Cool.
know. So labeling. So here, labeling and naming. You wrote a button labeled as, right? So
Yeah.
labeled something. You don't need as or anything after. When describing physical objects with text printed directly on them, buttons, signs, tags, English grammar omits the preposition as. You simply state the object is labeled text, the label, whatever its label is, right? Very good, very good. The next thing here, the narrative streamlining, parallel action. You wrote, I dash through the bridge, open a small hidden door, and I click on a button. In high action prose, repeating the pronoun I before every single verb slows down the reading momentum. By dropping the extra I and using a parallel compound predicts I dash open and click. The action feels instantaneous and frantic, matching the emergency on the bridge. Sometimes it kind of feels like that, oh, but don't we need to put the subject always before the verb? Not if that verb is is committed, right, by the same subject. That subject, that action, that action, that action, that action, right?
Right.
But sometimes we put the subject, like sometimes I have a sentence, like if I'm reading the sentence right
Okay.
here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be faster, right? Because the sentence is all here. Everything's here, right? The what was what was it? A here. I dash through the bridge, open a small hidden door, and click a button. Look at that.
Yeah.
I dash was I. Open was I. Right? Click
Yeah.
was I. All I did that. And this is, so I don't want to repeat the subject all the time, especially when it's action. This. You want faster, right? A faster pace. But in spoken, so usually we will hear the subject more when we're speaking. Like if I'm thinking about, like, what am I going to do? Like, you know, you're speaking, okay, what do you do now? You go, I dash through the bridge. And, sometimes when there's
Yeah.
more pause, I'll put the
Makes
subject again because that's in spokening when we're speaking. Sometimes that whole sentence, there's a bigger pauses between phrases because we're thinking and we're kind of putting the sentences together. We stutter, we go, what, we repeat words. Speaking English is different than writing, and you're right. But if I put that down in a sentence, write that down in a sentence, I'm not going to put all those I's. I'm not going to put all that repetition, right? Because I was just having little brain farts and stopped right while I'm, you know, trying to improvise, something. As as I'm creating as I'm going, right? Even when we're not doing that, when we're just, thinking about, whoa, what did I do this week? What have I done
yeah.
this week? What did I do this morning? You know. So when we're speaking, sometimes we kind of pause and think about what we're going to say next. And then sometimes in that pause, since there's a big pause, then it sounds nicer to put the subject again. Right? You know.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes you can get that impression, right? You can get that, oh, that you need it all the time. But no. When it's like this, I dash through the bridge, open a small hidden door, and click a button. Right?
Yeah.
That's yeah. Especially in fast action, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was meant to be fast.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because you're about to be devoured by the zombie madball,
Yep.
right? Well, very good, very good. So what it will be
Yeah.
the outcome? Well, we know it's going to be a good outcome, but next week we will see what will happen when the light speed activates. We shall see. Well, man, have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend and see you next time.
Yep. See you next time. Have a great week.
See ya. Bye bye.